But look, we're going to go back and recap our keys to victory. Now, this was a couple weeks ago. So, Will, refresh us. What were some of our keys to victory towards this game?
Sure. Yeah. So you and I were kind of on the same page with a few of the things we talked about. So the very first one we said was get the crowd involved, score early, capitalize on the momentum of the fact that you had Champ Bailey back being recognized. You had the legends, Washington legends, as they call them, that were going to be at the game. You had a sellout crowd as they were going to, you had excitement back. So do something to get the crowd involved early. Don't throw like a pick six to start the game or something like that, that just deflates people. And you know what, Sean? Not only was the crowd hyped and excited and enjoying it, but they almost blew the lid off. Did you see or hear about the play that Sam didn't make? You would have loved this. So on that first drive to get them past the 50, he hit maybe a third down, or maybe he hit a 14-yard completion to John Dotson. Sorry, I get my guys confused. For a first down, and he moved off your guy Diami, and Diami got loose down the sideline and was wide. And could you have imagined in the first start for Sam's career if he scores a touchdown to Diami Brown deep? First off, you would have lost it.
It would have been over.
Sean Tate would have lost it, but that place would have gone nuts if they had scored a touchdown on that opening drive like that in a big play fashion. Yeah,
but you know what? To your point about that, and I so wish that would have happened. And we're going to talk a little bit about why I think that didn't happen. But to your point about those fans, you can hear it even through the broadcast on television, how amped they were getting. And I mean, just to go back to when I went, you were talking about fans being engaged with the games, just interacting with other people, everybody being hyped. They had at one point the wave go around for 5 minutes and everybody was in it. People are excited to be back. And some of those plays, that drive right before the halftime, that drive when we were down 16-10 and we ended up scoring, that play, like you were talking about, some of those things, these fans are responding. You know what I mean? When we were on defense, we were charging up that defense. You can hear it. And the defense, Montez Sweat, responded to it. And I absolutely love it. That's what we needed, man.
You know what I heard? Right after Sam Howell got hit in the head, I heard, "Let's go, Redskins.
Let's go."
Multiple times. I was just like, hey, you can change the name, but you're not going to change behavior.
You're not. You're absolutely.
And when you bring the fans back, now you're going to hear the name that we care more about. And so, but to your point, they were into the game. They weren't just there. They were into the game. So I enjoyed. The other thing I heard, which some people noticed and would like, they ain't changing the name.
No.
But the song has gone back to the original.
Good.
Okay? The band, they used to go, it's instrumental, bum, 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 is what they play. They used to do, when they changed the Commanders, do bum, 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 they drag that Commanders, dragged out.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that they don't say the name Redskins in the song. Fans may, but they have shortened the pronunciation of Commanders. So the Hail to the Redskins song is back being played by the band. So it's not this awkward version, that they've been doing. So again, bringing the fans back, letting them hear what they want to hear. It's going to keep them excited. It's going to do that, Sean, right?
Let's go. But that's what we need. And you know what? We've seen it. We've seen the different articles where they've made their stance. We're not going to go back. We're not going to. But to have these kind of things, bringing it back, to have some of the players back, some of the star. Having RG3 at the game lit up that crowd. I'm going to tell you, because there is a serious demographic that doesn't care, that he can do no wrong with.
Mm-hmm.
They still have his jersey, and they still sell his jersey in a number of places because he's just that electric in this area. Now, I respect that they brought back your boy, Mr. Champ Bailey. But, especially since we're playing the Broncos this week, I kind of feel like he's a Bronco myself. But respect.
You're
He
not
was a
wrong.
great corner.
And our guy Jack and I got really into it Sunday, and he kept saying, if you think about it, Bailey's a Bronco Hall of Famer. And I said he is. I was like, but what I was most happy about is he used to badmouth the organization. And that's squashed now. And now, like, that's what I care about. Like, the fact that he did start his career in Washington and he had some great moments in Washington. The fact that he now no longer harbors those ill feelings. That's what I'm most excited about. And I have actually not bought the jersey. We're kind of on a spending freeze right here in the house. So I haven't bought it.
So we won't say anything about that.
So not yet. But I do have it queued up.
Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Yo, what were some of our other keys to victory?
Yeah, so the next one that we talked about was involving the offense and making life easy for Sam Howell. Quick passes, routes that are easy for him to go through his progressions, and most importantly, staying ahead of the chains, getting away from third and long. Didn't happen. Didn't happen in this game. In fact, when we get to some of like the things we didn't like, or most importantly on this, it's like I was surprised that the adjustments didn't happen in this game that we saw in the Browns preseason game.
Right.
When the offensive line was struggling, we moved the pocket. We had quicker throws in the preseason, which I'm fine with. I'm good with quick throws in the preseason, but I thought we would do a little bit more of that. We seem to just have longer developing routes happen there. And I don't think that was a good combo with what is happening with the offensive line, with Sam's pocket presence. It was just a bad combo altogether.
Right.
So we thought it was important to keep him ahead of the chains, and we did not do that.
No, and especially and that's the thing, especially with the line, with it having the struggles that it did. We all thought when he became, it's just going to be screens, quick passes, boom, 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 especially with the rookie, essentially a rookie quarterback in there. But and Sam was to blame in some of this, and we'll talk because he did hold the ball when he did have maybe a check down or some open underneath. But still, a lot of that stuff was really trying to stretch the field, which I like. I love that we're trying to stretch the field, but let's work with what's going on. You know what I mean? If we can't get back to our fifth step without having defenders in our face, then we're gonna need to switch it up. And also some of that was Sam wanting to get that play done. He wants to sit in there and complete the ball and keep doing it almost to his detriment, like almost to the cross. Even on the sack when he fumbled the ball where they got the touchdown, he's trying to spin out to make a play. Where that's a situation where if it's a Tom Brady, it's just going down, next play. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's frustrating. It did let us see his resilience after the fact, but just some of the things that they were doing, and with the running game not really working all too well, it really forced us to have to do more things. And it wasn't necessary. The game was close the whole time.
Yes.
Just keep with the short stuff and keep with what's working, man.
Yeah. So that key they did not follow. We did have one final one. This was one of Ab's, and he was just saying basically attack. We wanted to see the offense really go after people. We wanted to see the defense be aggressive, and I think the defense was, kind of followed that quite a lot, especially by the second half, and they realized that Josh Dobbs wasn't going to throw the ball past 7 yards. Yep. Then I think they really kind of pinned their ears back and said, "Let's go." But offensively, we didn't follow, so it was kind of like 50-50 there on if they did what we were hoping to see.
Right there, it was spurts, like right before the half. Matter of fact, right after the sack fumble, we started speeding up a little bit. Right before the half, when Sam's throwing darts all up and down the field, that is when we started to speed it up, and I was good for that, but we didn't sustain it. It's like he said, we didn't keep it going unless that situation called for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what I did love? You talk about attacking, and this is something Nathan has brought up before, where he's, our 2-minute offense is really pedestrian. Not on Sunday.
Right.
The enemy was calling timeout early. He was making the 2-minute drive longer. Whereas for so many years in DC, we've seen us let that thing go down to like 40 seconds, and then we go, let's ramp it up. Let's
Here we
go. You know, right. So I really enjoyed that part. So when we kind of talk about that point, just like you said, that was a time he really did attack and say, let's go. Let's get some points.
Yeah. So we just need it consistently. But at the same time, you need to have all the pieces of the puzzle working. So if the running game isn't working, then that play action is not going to work. And if we're holding the ball and missing little checkdowns, then the offense starts to get stagnant. Then you start getting behind the chain. So all these things are things that can be worked out, which is good that it's early on in the year. And it's good that we played a team like the Cardinals where we can make a lot of these mistakes and it wouldn't really affect us that much.
Yeah. I mean, had we been playing almost anyone else in the league, I don't know if we would have won that game.
It would have been embarrassing. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Let's go. The Washington Commanders. There it is.